Welcome to this week's episode of Startup Bright. I'm your host, Nikolai Kolev. This evening we have Ogi and Ivo. They will present their startup, umFlow, right?
Yeah.
Did they say it properly?
Yes.
All right. At the beginning of the interview, what I do is I give the founders opportunity to pitch their startup, and then we're going to talk further about your team, about your marketing plan, and so on and so on. So who's going to do the pitch?
Ogi will take over on the pitch. I just wanted to quickly present the company. So I'm Ivo Georgiev, CEO of Universal Media Flow Incorporated, and my business partner Ognian Uzunov is the Chief Financial Officer. And we're going to present to you the problem as we see it, and also the solution that we bring to the table.
Okay.
All right, guys. So here we are. I'd like to introduce to you an idea which is an idea has been out there. The idea has been out there for a while, and this is about we're addressing distracted driving. Our company umFlow is focusing on the problem that people get distractions. People are under a lot of distractions while they're driving, and in 2019 alone, distracted driving will cause 1 in 5 crashes. It will kill over 3,000 people, and there will be over 400,000 people injured in the road due to distracted driving. And coincidentally, I'm one of them. Actually, I had a little accident very recently. Well, also on my bike, I had a slight flight over a car, and the last thing I remember was that the woman that was driving the vehicle was looking down at her cell phone. So, yep, I'm a part of the statistics. And so I am very motivated to be a part of this project, and thank you, Ivo, for including me into the project. And this is what we're doing. We're building a solution. Our solution will decrease significantly the smart device distractions, and we're addressing the visual distractions, the manual distractions, and the cognitive distractions while operating an automobile. Our vision. We see a world where drivers are not penalized for the responsible use of their cell phone. They don't get citations for routine phone calls. 400,000 people are not injured every year, and 3,000 people don't have to die due to distracted driving. We've developed a solution that will address the most commonly used functions while driving. This is the navigation, this is playing music in your vehicle, and this is the phone calls. We have created ways of distributing our solution, and we're addressing 225 million US drivers market through our marketing and partnership channels. We're building an application that will cover all the platforms, the iPhone platform and the Android platform. And we also took the time and the effort to build a detailed business and project management plan to make this a reality. Together with that, we, as well as you are, we're worried about execution. This project is very, we're very eager to push it through and to see the reality. And we've created, in order to ensure the security of our investors, we will be monitoring and auditing the progress of our effort throughout every stage of the process. We have also created, to make sure on track, we've also established key success indicators, which is market penetration, monetization, and strategic partnerships. These will be the majority of the metrics that we'll be tracking throughout the project. We will be validating our market response throughout and our assumptions throughout the project, throughout the execution, and we also will be learning from others. There is other companies that are motivated to get into the dashboard of your vehicle. And we have looked into those companies, and we know that we're better than all of them in each of the categories they're in. We have a team, a dedicated team, who are passionate about our endeavor, and they're willing to put the effort to make an impact in the market.
this was a very good presentation. This is probably one of the few startups that actually have their pitch deck at hand and use that pitch deck during the interview. This was a nice touch. So I know that you guys worked really hard to get the pitch deck ready for the interview, and eventually you're going to be pitching at the Kodo Startups event on the 25th, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
We're planning to do that.
Okay. Ivo, how did you come up with this idea? Is this something that you personally experienced, or one day you woke up and said, I want to do a startup?
No, it's really all personal. It was a need, a desperate need to have this while I'm driving. But I just wanted to kind of touch that it's not only most of the solutions and bright ideas out there, they're trying to solve a real pain, a real problem. Well, another kind of alternative angle to this is that we enjoy what we do, and we enjoy the fact that this will make an impact on people, on real lives, potentially saving some lives. I mean, even if you save one life, that's pretty huge. So our solution not only resolves a pain point, but also brings fun for us to work on, and I hope also for the people to enjoy using it. It's not only that it just resolves something like dramatic as safety, but also the users will really look into using it because it's fun. It's what they need on a daily basis. And that's how I came up with this idea, because I'm a daily driver commuting 2 hours to and back from work. I mean, total 2 hours. And while I'm driving, I still need to talk to family or friends, or just want to play some music. And I have my favorite music. It was so difficult to do so that I caught myself being actually vulnerable and spending precious seconds looking and trying to touch a 3mm icon or switch between applications, which is dangerous. I'm a very good driver, but still I know that this is dangerous. Not to mention a non-experienced driver. So really that's how the idea came up. It originally blossomed from just purely to be able to contact family. That was really the base idea that started it all. I had like 10 favorite people, my brother, my family, that I usually, while I'm driving, I talk to, just be together with friends and with family. And the difficulty invoking a call to a family member was unreasonable for me, completely unreasonable. That's how it started. But I also, when I'm not talking on the phone, I would like to listen to music, sometimes just pure news. But again, from all these sources of information or entertainment that you need on the road, and the application that are available right now, it's just not made easy for anyone.
Yeah, and there is no real integration between different applications. You have to very much start a new application. If you want to go from navigation to music to phone call to when I say music, I mean you can go Amazon, you can go Pandora.
But you have to switch their native application.
You have to switch applications. Now, I recently upgraded to the latest Android Auto, and it's kind of starting to go there, but there is a lot to be improved. It crashes a lot, and when it crashes, it's usually when you most need it, right? When you have to follow or find the exit, and it just there. it decides to
crash on you.
Or it decides that the playing music is more important than showing me the path and the exact...
I can really talk a lot about other companies and what they're trying to do and how can we do better than them and why we think we can do better than them. But really, the big players or the big companies like Apple and Google are concentrated on their platform. It always has been like this. They are closed. They are more concerned about their ecosystem, and they don't play well with each other for obvious reasons. They want the market to concentrate on them and to basically market their platform, which obviously works for them, doesn't work for the regular user. Because in a family, there could be one person having an Apple device just because that's how it was, and then the other family member has an Android. And on top of that, they bought recently a new car, but the car has either one or the other. Sometimes it has both, but again, there's no seamless experience, and everything is kind of around the platform of a particular big player.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you on that.
what we're trying to do is to basically first concentrate on existing vehicles that don't have these fancy few $1,000 entertainment and infotainment systems. They don't have, most of the cases, they don't have even a screen. But most importantly, not only older vehicles, but most importantly, one universal interface, no matter of what kind of device you have, Android or Apple, and you don't need a training to use it. You basically, it's self-explanatory. You just launch it. It works reliably and minimizes the seconds or like any effort to get what you need in the car and concentrate on the road, because that's really the most important thing for us.
All right. Ogi, I know you're the business guy in this operation. Can you tell us what are your plans to bring this to market, and how do you plan to make money out of this device or application?
Okay. Well, so the plan to bring this to market is quite simple, actually. We need to start with development. We're focusing first on the Apple platform. The Apple users are about 45% of the 225 million market, which provides us with a wide customer base. Once we develop the product for Apple, it will be paired with marketing effort, very significant marketing effort, so that we can promote our idea out there. Together with that, we're emphasizing a lot on building partnership with companies who have the safety and driver security and passenger security. They're focusing in that area. Those companies could be insurance companies. There is a lot of organizations that also focus on safety. This is one of our key metrics, so it's very important for us to make sure we can track down the partnerships, the potential partners, establish those relations, and channel our marketing efforts through their already established audience. We have built a detailed marketing and business development plan, which is by quarter. I don't want to bore you with the numbers, but yes, the numbers require significant investment. And it's mostly in development. In the beginning, the focus will be developing the MVP. After launch, together with the development, we'll start focusing on the market, testing the market, seeing what channels are effective. And together with that, we'll be tuning our marketing effort. And that will be within the first quarter. Within the second quarter, we will know which way to focus, and we will start the client acquisition process. We're focusing on partnerships, because this will provide us with an already warm customer base, people who are thinking in that direction, who will be more open to putting the application on their dashboard, And also, maybe through the power of our partners, we will have the leverage to bring up the idea of using the application by providing some benefits for the users on a daily basis. Our main goal is to have the application being used on a daily basis.
Right. So who is going to be your ideal customer? Do you have an avatar? Do you have you thought about demographics like age, stage in life? You know, even if you want occupation, daily habits. Have you thought about who is going to be your...
We actually started doing this kind of personalization and try to kind of pinpoint who will be just the real customer of our product. And after a lot of debates, we believe that our solution really is not meant to be like something that's for a specific niche of users. We're really trying to address a basic need, and it doesn't matter whether this is a mother with 6 kids or if it's an adult with a 65-year senior, or it's a teenager. Of course, there's specifics to that, but still, the pure one-on-one basic functionality is something that everybody needs, and they should be entitled to, because it's providing their safety.
And together with that, I'd like to clear it up a little bit, because this is a very good question. This is the work that we'll be doing while we focus our marketing efforts on the specific segments. Yes, our solution is universal. This is what the company is called. It's called Universal Media Flow. And we're creating a solution for the whole market. Everyone that has a vehicle, every person that will pull out their phone and put it in their car and try to play music or try to get to a place. And it's within my environment, it's 90% of the people that do that. So it's a universal solution. The thing is, there is people who are more accessible. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to build partnerships so we can get to that particular segment that's more accessible. And this will be, how should I say, our pilot. This will be our entry in the market. And hopefully, after a successful entry, our rankings on the Apple Store will go up, and the application will pick up, and we'll go to the total market.
Right. Tell me a little bit about how you developed this. Who is helping you build the application?
So we have our third partner is actually Zlatko, and he is very proficient in development, but also he has managerial skills, and he's the co-founder also of our company. And because of his skills, obviously, he was the first one to start actually coding this and the prototype of this application. And but he worked for a company managing big teams of developers in his previous occupation. So he is really very well suited to lead the development effort and to monitor the teams that are going to bring this to life, including quality assurance and just delivery of the different stages of the application. So right now he's our primary, so to speak, developer, but
developer of this, let's say, beta version, which is semi-functional at this moment.
Yes, but once we have the funds to actually start up this endeavor the proper way that it's done, yes, with all the necessary components and departments that needs to ensure their part is done, he will be moving into managing and just kind of guiding the effort of the team.
Okay. How far are you in your development of this?
We have a prototype that basically provides all the necessary basic functions that we believe we need to deploy with the MVP. And currently, it's, as a prototype, it's just not functional, but it demonstrates the idea of what we envision and how it's going to look like. Even though, again, this will obviously have some design changes. We're working with a team of designers as well,
So I think the UX in this application is extremely important, right?
This is the main thing. It has to be it is so far the idea of the interface. When I saw it, the first impressions that I had was this is great and this is what I want to use. And since I didn't know what's what, and I'm looking at the application, I started trying to work it. But this was just a PDF that I was looking at that time.
I see.
So I didn't see any functionality. Now there is some functionality in the app, and I'm really happy to see it working. We're looking into uniform design of all the controls, easy switch between functionality, and not having to double click and go to Pandora in a different format. Try that mini button.
And again, the most important thing is that the phone for every person is something personal. Yeah,
exactly.
And
you want to have it,
and you have everything there. Like all your important information is there, and combining a single user interface that crosses platforms and devices without having to learn something complex. That's huge win for us, and that's where we are actually concentrating all of our efforts, removing any distraction or any information that's really not important to see or look at while driving. The simple, the better. We believe in simplicity is beauty, and also provides for the safety.
Yes.
Yeah, I many years ago had this conversation with a colleague of mine. We were talking about how powerful these devices have become. I still don't know why we call them phones. I think we should follow. It's a laptop. This is a palm top, right? It should be palm top, not phone. It has surpassed that phone functionality a long time ago.
I don't think anyone uses it as a phone anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Even like when you use it as a phone, it's even embarrassing, right? So we were talking about this, palm tops, and I said, look, I have everything that I need and everything that I want in this device, right? Why can't I go in my car and just plug it in and have on the display everything that I need from this device? Then I take it out and I go home and I plug it in a docking station, and I have everything on the TV, on my monitor. I take it out and I go to work and I plug it in and I do my word processing and everything, right?
I think we can talk about this particular part.
So some companies are actually thinking in that direction.
Samsung
they started,
came up
like
with,
Dell. Dell had a concept that you just plug your phone into your at home into just a regular computer monitor, and just whatever is on the phone just transcribes on the screen. You go to work, you do the same. So it's really like a portable computer that you hook to an external display. In our particular case, that's the phone you have, and you plug it in your car, and it displays the information for you. A family member drives your car for a few days and gets the same experience. Nothing to learn or nothing really new. Everything is the same. Or you rent a car, and you instead of fighting for half an hour when you are actually in a hurry with learning the system of this rental car, you just pair your phone with the Bluetooth, and that's it. And you have the same experience. Everything stays the same.
Music, navigation, your favorite places, your favorite contacts, everything is there.
Yeah.
So you're ready to go with anymore.
So do you require for the phone to be plugged in and have like a head unit, or you can just go ahead and use your phone?
No, the idea is to use your phone
paired
with the Bluetooth
or tablet.
Or tablet. We'll get to this, okay. But the original idea was, and that should be actually accessible for anyone for as little as free. To pair your phone with the Bluetooth speakers in the respective car. If the car is that old that even doesn't have a Bluetooth, most of them have auxiliary port to just plug with a simple audio cable and get the same experience.
Exactly.
But everything runs on the phone. For a notch up and like a luxury version, we plan to actually have a tablet that is connected to the phone and projects the phone application or the visual interface on a bigger screen, just because it's going to provide a lot more screen real estate and just the overall visibility is far better. But again, that's a second stage in our view. We also have some plans for even a third kind of stage or in the project that will bring some hardware into this picture in order hardware controls that are easy to operate without taking your eyes off the road. That's too early to talk about, but we have this vision that this is possible, and we'll probably apply the same simplicity that we actually are building into the software when we get to this stage to actually design a hardware component to go with it.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan to me.
Yes, it's quite an elaborate plan, and this is why. So there are so many stages, and there are so many partnerships that we'll be building along the way.
Right.
We're looking at the best way to first of all serve the market, so help out people remain focused on the road while driving and still enjoy the ride. Together with that, we're improving their experience with every following stage of our development. We are looking at the market as more of a company that supplements the market. We're focusing on a niche that's currently not addressed. It's kind of between those competing companies for real estate in the car. We're not aiming to fight with them. We're in that particular niche that they don't cover.
Right.
I just wanted to add two more kind of angles or ideas. One is that the privacy of our users is very important. So in no stage of our deployment we are planning to grab personal information, to sell it to other parties, to do something that our users are not aware of, that their personal data is being used. That's very important for us. And the second piece is that we have some really great ideas about, on a global scale, when we become the unified platform in every single car, what kind of value we can bring that others cannot, purely for the reason that they are concentrating on their effort, on their platform, and in this way they're limiting their reachability to users and to bring functionality to the market. By being a universal, we see a great benefit that we hope to share with investors, because obviously this could be a sensitive topic to keep secret until maybe we can issue or work on a patent or something to actually protect this idea. Because otherwise it will be someone else can just decide to skip us and build it and grab our idea.
It sounds to me like the effort that your focus is a little bit different. For example, Google is focusing on gathering data. Right? The data for Google is what they're after, and this is the thing they're interested in. And everything else is kind of side effect. They will serve you and they will provide you services as long as they can gather information about you. I'm not saying this is bad because it helps you with your needs, but this is their focus. Their main focus is data gathering, and they need that so they can offer you more of their services. Apple, obviously, their hardware company, they would do anything to get people buy their hardware, right? And they will continue developing software so people can find the reasons to buy their hardware.
Which is not cheap.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody knows that.
But your goal seems to be more of okay, here's the real need,
Yes.
right? This is what we experienced personally, and this is what we find is a big niche, right?
Yes.
This is where we want to focus and actually build an application to serve these specific needs. The side effect is not a side effect, right? It is your main focus. So I really hope that you guys find a way to build it and start selling it. I honestly don't think it's going to be an easy task. It's a serious task, especially when you go to UX, right? Everybody's an expert.
Yes.
So you will need to find a really good people that know and work within the car design and are very familiar with the industrial designs for cars. So you can find good designer and help you build the application that you want.
Yes, that's the main focus.
Yeah, so you're looking now for funding. That's my understanding, right?
That's correct.
Have you thought about what you're looking for? Like what kind of investor? Because finding money nowadays shouldn't be that. I wouldn't say it's easy, but shouldn't be impossible, right?
Yeah.
There's so many crowdfunding platforms. There's so many ways to be invested in. But are you looking for a specific kind of investor, and what kind of investor that would be? And if you want to share with Startup Bright audience how much you're looking for and what you're ready to give up with that.
I would, that's probably the beginning of this. Ogi will take over after that. Our preference is to actually find, similarly to the approach that we'll be looking for partners to actually deploy this, our solution to everyone. We're looking for an investor that could be helping us in the beginning with a small amount or relatively small amount compared to the whole money that we need to make this reality in a 3-year period.
Yeah.
To establish trust with this person or a team or entity, so that if we deliver on our first stages with the exact deliverables and care that we know this investment will mean to us, that we continue work with the same team, investor, entity. That's our preference, and then we seek more and more money to just continue and don't change and ask money from one, then give something else to other entities. That's our preference. In terms of timing, we believe that the first year will be crucial in actually deploying something that's not only visible, but can, with the proper marketing effort, this can be top of the charts and can be really used in every single car, and create the actual base for people that will start paying. And obviously every investor wants to hear that there's a huge base that's willing to pay for service on a subscription level. So that's our preference. we know how much roughly we need for a year worth of organizing the full development and initial marketing effort. And Ogi, obviously dealing with the more detailed financial plan, has quarterly prepared budget or numbers that will be needed to get this going forward, being constantly tested, safeguarded against issues, because again, reliability is a major component here.
Yeah.
So Ogi, just if you want to add something additional.
Yes, well, of course, an initiative like this requires a lot of marketing. So marketing is key. In terms of numbers,
I would think that 750,000 for the first year.
No, excuse me. Yes, quarter. Okay, so we're talking about quarterly budgets here. Okay. So the quarterly budgets. Let me talk numbers.
Okay.
We have different categories in the budget. Of course, in the first couple of quarters, there will be more effort towards the development. Together with that, we'll be doing some market testing. Overall, we're looking for about 1.5 a quarter, so that we can cover our development efforts. And together with that, just start and push the effort into the marketing. The reason we need to push marketing together with development is because we will probably be out with the first version of the product within so not the first quarter, but by the second quarter we'll have a viable product that can go in the market, and we need to know by that time what our partners are, what the channels are, and that's why the effort to put it out there and to bring it in front of the eyes of our potential users, and hopefully start getting subscribers even with the first version. But this is still to be determined. So yes, overall about 1.5 with a majority of it going to marketing starting quarter 2. In quarter 1 there will be a lot of effort into development.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
One investor told me back then when I was trying to start my own company. He said that he asked me, "Are you a technical person? Are you a technical founder, or you're a business person?" And I told him, "I'm a technologist. I'm a technical person." And then he said, "Okay, you have a slight chance of success." He said that if a company has only a business person, they don't have any chances of success, because everything nowadays, everything is technology.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is backed up or relies on or is a pure technology. The reason I'm sharing this is because I can see you guys, you have a technology person, you have a business person, and you have a real into the weeds CTO developer that is helping you with this, and the interaction here was really nice because I can see
we are talking different languages.
Yeah, exactly.
And different numbers, but again, the business person is very important, and I mean, we all play our roles, and that's where the beauty is, that we actually collaborate and we're a team together. Every person on his own or her own is just not enough. And as you can see, we have our different angles, but for the numbers, I fully trust my partner, and that's where he comes in to back me up.
Another point that I want to make is that I checked your LinkedIn profiles, and it looks like you guys have enough managerial and work experience. So I don't have any doubts that on the technology side, you will be able to build it. And I don't have any doubts that on the business side, the planning and the marketing would be also to the level that it needs to be. So I guess the only thing that you need is luck.
No, I would say we first need investment and then what?
Yeah, that comes with.
We're getting investment.
Yeah,
Yes, okay, I understand. Yeah, that's it.
So this been very nice talk. I really hope that your product and your efforts are going to bring this idea to market. And I would also like to meet with you again in, let's say, 3 months, 4 months, just to check up and see
If we're still
where we
kicking.
stand. Yeah. And I hope by that time you will have something to show us here on the iPad. Something that is fully functional.
Yeah, we truly
and
hope
easy.
so as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Thank you. Appreciate it.